shoot. What's up, you guys? How y'all night going? I ain't gonna lie, I started realizing I'm just gonna start making videos all the time, all day, every day, like even while I'm running and shit. So in this video, y'all gonna literally hear me running while I'm talking about anime and shit. Like, it just is what it is. So y'all get prepared. There's gonna be a running video. And then I might make a calm bell later on tonight, because where I live, it's around like 12 o'clock. By the time I stop working out, it's gonna be like at 2 o'clock. And I don't really get tired till about 3 o'clock. So, but I always try to work out like 2 hours after work and shit. And y'all gonna hear freaking dogs in the background. Y'all gonna hear cars in the background. You know what's funny? This can basically be considered a vlog, honestly. I might just make this shit be considered a vlog and shit. I'm still gonna put like a picture up or whatever, but this is basically just a vlog. This is an exercise vlog, pretty much. Like, I want some real shit. Matter of fact, I don't think I can flip it I can't flip it while I'm recording, huh? Damn. Well, it don't matter either way. But yeah, this is basically exercise and vlog type shit. What was I gonna talk about? There was an anime I was gonna talk about. There's multiple anime I want to talk about. Let me see. Okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. I remember when I was a kid, I saw, I'm gonna start running a little bit. I had saw like the Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that was on the freaking Fox box or whatever. If you guys are around my age, if you're around like 25 to like 35, you probably watched the Fox box with, the Wings Club, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sonic X, all that. And then you probably watched the CW for kids too. I used to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh! On there, and I remember also, they had these like DVDs, right? And the DVDs would come with like 2 episodes of a 4 kids show. So I have a lot of the Sonics with that, where it would literally come with 2 episodes on it. I have a lot of Sonic DVDs like that, to the point where my sister was watching them when she was around like 9 or 10, especially when we didn't have cable. But I also had a Yu-Gi-Oh! One of it, and it was the first 2 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was when we meet Kaiba, and it's when like Yugi, he battles Kaiba, and then if I remember correctly, it was like the next episode after that was like, who was battling? I think it was Yugi and what's his name? Pegasus were battling through like the TV. If I remember, that was them battling. I could be wrong. Y'all can correct me on it. But I remember having it on DVD. But it was always strange because I remember I had a friend, and his friend's mom gave me his mangas. And I'm gonna keep it real, I'm a douchebag for taking that shit, because she gave it to me, and I'm a douche for taking that shit. But I was like 10, and I was just hella excited that somebody gave me something, because people will always randomly give me shit. I don't know why people used to do that when I was young. It still kind of happens now. But when I was young, like, people used to like really give me shit all the time, just random shit. Like, I remember there was a kid who gave me Pokemon Pearl when I was like, I want to say when I was like 10. And basically with the Pokemon Pearl, what he did is he gave it to me. I had got a DS, because back in the day, like, parents wouldn't buy you shit. You would, sell, like, I would sell my stuff to GameStop and then buy whatever was new. So I remember I had sold like all of my, I'm gonna do it like this, even though I got the camera, forward or whatever. But I used to, what I would do is, I remember I had a PlayStation. My mom's boyfriend stole that shit, but I still had PlayStation 2 games. It was a PlayStation 2. And I remember I sold those to GameStop, and I sold like, what else did I have? I sold just a whole bunch of games I didn't really like no more. And I got a DS, because what they were doing is they did this like special thing. It was weird. It was like, if you sold stuff and then you sold your old Game Boy, you could get a DS for like half off or some shit they were doing. It was basically that. And so I ended up doing that shit, and I ended up getting a white DS. And it was funny because the white DS, it didn't work. It was like it wouldn't work. So then I went and I got another one. I had to take it back. One of my friends, his mom took me back. And I was doing this stuff and my mom didn't even know I was doing this. I was just doing this stuff. Like, I didn't tell my mom when I was doing stuff. I would just be doing stuff. And then she would find out later on. She'd be like, where'd you get the DS from? But basically, she took me back. And then I ended up getting a Guitar Hero DS. It was a Nintendo DS Lite. It was one of the newer ones. It wasn't the old school DS that looks like a big ass fat Game Boy. It was like the newer one. And that DS, it was a Guitar Hero DS. So it was silver on the top and the rest of it was black. It looked really freaking badass, bro. But yeah, I ended up getting that shit. And then I remember I ended up putting the Pearl on the DS and trying to play this shit. And then it kind of glitched at first when I played it. But I ended up playing through it to like, I want to say probably to like the second or third gym. And then I remember like a couple days later, the dude was like laughing and he's like, yeah. He's like, I purposely broke the game. He's like, I scratched the back of it so it wouldn't work. And I'm like, but it works. I mean, it glitched one time, but it still worked and I'm still playing it. So you literally gave me a $40 game for free. So you just retarded. Like, for real, like niggas would do stuff like that. I'd just be like, you dumb as hell. He was a little white boy with long hair. He was kind of funny. But it was just dumb because he was trying to like clown me. But I'm like, you gave me a free video game. And he was like, I guess, kind of popular. It was weird. He was kind of my homie, kind of. Like, you know how like you're kind of friends with somebody, like y'all kind of bond, but not really, if that makes sense. He was kind of one of those. I'm gonna call this my workout vlog. I'm just gonna call it a vlog because I do want to vlog with y'all and shit. Because basically all I do is I run like 3 laps to the store by my house. It's hella far away, so I'm pretty sure I'm running at least, like, when I do all the laps, when I do the 3 laps, because I do 3, I'm pretty sure I'm running like 4 miles, something like that. Because if you know how you guys are in high school and you would do the whole running around a circle thing, running around the track 4 times, I'm like, if that is a mile, then me running to the store where I live at, that has to be a mile. When I run to the store and then run back has to be like a mile. Because I know it's farther than the four laps we used to do. It has to be. There's a car coming over. But yeah, bro. So I remember that's how I got my little Pokemon Pearl for free. Like, dudes would do that. And then I remember I had a teacher when I was like a sophomore in high school, and he gave me all his Yu-Gi-Oh cards because he was trying to be cool with the kids and stuff. So he had bought like a bunch of, like, you know what I'm saying? He had bought a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And this is back when it was like synchros and stuff. You know, when brothers used to have synchro cards. This is like when the Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, this was, I want to say this is like 3 years after Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds came out. So they did have the XYZ black cards too. They did have those. But people were mostly using the synchros still and the fusions still. But yeah, so that actually ties back to Yu-Gi-Oh again. So I remember watching not Duel Monsters. Is it Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Monsters? There's a show called Duel Monsters, I believe. And that's why I'm like, I know it's not Duel Monsters. It's a different name. But basically, that Yu-Gi-Oh, I remember seeing that and watching the show and then reading the manga and then being kind of confused because I'm like, okay. I'm like, the manga has all this crazy stuff going on. Like, you have a Dark Yugi. Instead of Atim or instead of Yami Yugi, it's Dark Yugi. And he's playing all these like death games, almost like Saw, right? And that mess had me hella confused. It's like, I was like, okay, this ain't in the show at all. And then what was crazy is when I ended up finding out that there was actually a show called Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. And I ended up watching that and I was like, bro, this is what I was freaking looking for. Because I was like, it was weird because Yu-Gi-Oh! Season, because the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card show, the show that was mostly about cards, it was like, the show was still hella similar to the manga, but it was like the manga had like all this crazy stuff going on in it. Like I said, there's a bunch of death games and stuff. But yeah, I remember watching the show and being confused. But then I seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 and I watched it on YouTube and I was like, this is what the manga is based off of. And then what I noticed too is they ended up redoing the manga again. So they had the first part of the manga, then they did the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters manga or whatever. And I was like, okay. Like, cause as a kid, I didn't know it was like two separate things. I thought it was the same thing, bro. So that like kind of blew my mind as a kid, you know what I'm saying? But I remember I got grounded, and I remember, like, real talk, I remember sitting there constantly reading those mangas like over and over again, because I was grounded and I couldn't watch TV. And so I would just listen to the radio and I would just read those same like 5-6 mangas over and over again. And they were so good too. I was so into them. Like, I just kept rereading them. It was like the first like 5 volumes. Honestly, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so underrated, bro. It's so good. I'm not gonna lie. One of my personal favorite mangas. And it brings me back like so much nostalgia, but I still feel like a douche because I did, like, one of my homies, his mom gave me him, and it was like it's like, you know, he wanted to keep him, but it's like, you know, you a little kid and you just kind of like, oh, well, his mom's not gonna have him, so I'm just gonna take him. But he also, it was weird though, because at the same time, he used to give me random shit too. Like, he had like all these Pokemon videotapes, and it was like, he basically was like, oh, Pokemon's gay. Here, you can have them. And he had, and you know I'm gonna take it. You give me free stuff and you know I'm gonna take it. He gave me so much free random like Pokemon stuff. Like, he gave me, there was a videotape. Oh, there's a car coming, hold up. Let me get out the street. Bright as shit. I can see spider webs and shit. Shoot, hold up. I'm about to walk into that shit. But yeah, bro. But I remember freaking this nigga, he gave me, he was a little white boy. I said this nigga, but he a little white boy with blonde hair. He gave me, so there was like a Pokemon videotape, and basically the videotape had the episodes where Ash meets Charmander, Ash meets Bulbasaur, and Ash meets Squirtle. It had all 3 of those episodes on there. And then it was always funny too, because I love Ranma 1/2. And it was like at the end of these videotapes, it always had a Ranma 1/2, the first movie preview, and then it always had a Kimba the White Lion preview, and then it always had like the preview of the Pokemon Red and Blue games, where it's like the Pokemon would get on the bus, and then the bus driver would smash them all at the goddamn car pound, and then it would be smashed into a Game Boy Color. Like, that was so cool to me for some reason as a kid. I used to always watch that, but I always got like bummed out at the end because I knew that it was like the videotape was over and I didn't have no more episodes. But he ended up giving me that. And then he gave me Pokemon XD Yellow Darkness for free too. He was like, man, Pokemon's gay. And bro, I used to get so much free Pokemon shit just randomly all the time. Cause niggas would just be like, oh, it's gay. I don't like that. I used to just be like, okay. But then they would still play Pokemon with you. This is why that shit always was weird to me, because I'm like, if you don't like it, then don't like it. But if you do like it, then like it. Like, don't just like it because you see all of us playing it outside. Like, you can't call it gay and stupid, but then a couple days later, you buy the new video game and still play it with us. Like, I always got annoyed by like how dudes would do that shit. They used to always just irritate me. Because I'd be like, nigga, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But you can't flip-flop. But you know, when you kids, like, they be doing that shit, bro. They just be flip-flopping all the damn time. Like, 1 minute they like it, 1 minute they hate it. Because whatever is like the big fad is basically what people like, bro. It is what it is. So that always kind of, here comes another car. Bro, where I live, there's always cars coming out my damn neighborhood. God damn. That shit's annoying. But, yeah, bro. It was like, niggas used to always do that. They always would just be like, man, Pokemon's gay. I don't like Pokemon type shit. I don't want y'all seeing my street and everything, so I'm gonna put my phone down. But like, yeah, bro, it was just like, it was one of those things. There's another car coming. There's always some damn cars coming down this damn street. But I always choose the latest time to work out because it just be chill as fuck at nighttime. Even though my ass do be seeing Pokemon and shit. I swear I be seeing raccoons and shit. Oh God, it'd be a whole family of raccoons, nigga. 5 freaking wild zigzagoons, nigga. I be seeing some wild squirtles out here in this bitch. I be seeing wild ass lady ants and bugs out here, bro. And Pidgeys, nigga. There's hella cars, bro. What the fuck? Hold on, bro. It always gets me too, because it be late as a bitch, but there's always hella cars, bro. I be like, what the fuck? It'd be 2 o'clock in the morning. You still gonna see hella cars coming out our neighborhood, like every time. But yeah, bro. What else I have to say? I got fire ass stories. I can sit here and talk about some nerdy shit all the time. What else? I got another story I want to tell. Okay, so I have this homie. He's dead now. Rest in peace. It's always mind blowing when friends that you had as a little kid die. That's always some dark ass shit. Like, it blows my mind. I used to have this homie. Should I say his name? I don't want to say his name. I don't want his business all out there, because his mom might not like that. Who knows? What if I get big one day and then she knows, I was talking about him or whatever. Not in a negative way though. But I had this one homie. I'm gonna start running now. I had this one homie when I was like, how old was I? I was around like 5 or 6, because me and my mom used to live in this 1-bedroom apartment together before my sister was born, right? And that was one of her homies. She had a homie, and her homie had a son. And me and that little dude used to hang out all the time. We was the same age, and we used to literally like take baths together and shit. It was almost like we were like little brothers. Like, now everybody thinks everything is weird. Like now, like for example, if you're 22 and you're dating somebody who's 30, now people are calling you a predator and shit. Like, really? Seriously? Like, I just seen a post about that on TikTok, and I'm like, really? Now motherfuckers is predators even if y'all both adults? Like, that's really a thing. Oh, their brain is not fully developed. They're not 25 yet. Really? That's what we doing? Like, damn, nigga, you can't date somebody who's a grown-ass adult? Like, that shit's crazy to me now. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand if it's like, some creeper shit. Like, they like, like 16 or something. They dating like a 25-year-old. And the 25-year-old is like a pedo. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's a different word for it. It's not pedo. It's a different word. But, pedophile is an umbrella term. But you get what I'm saying. It's like, it's on some R. Kelly shit. But for you to really call somebody a predator, and they're 30, and they're dating somebody who's 22, like, how are they a predator? How is that predator behavior? Like, people be getting on my nerves with this bullshit, bro. That's why I don't pay attention to people no more. Because I be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how are you like, what? Oh, because they're not 25 yet. Really? If they over the age of 21, I'm going to tell y'all this. Real shit, I'm going to tell all you guys this. If the person you're dating is over the age of 21, you're good, okay? Don't listen to what the fuck every other judgy ass person is talking about. Fuck them. If the person you dating is over 21, you are not creepy. Like, what the fuck? If they're old enough to drink, they're grown as fuck, they're old enough to go to jail, 22 is not no damn kid. Like, what the fuck? Now it's like 18 on the dot. That's a little weird. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you like my age, I'm 27. If you dating somebody who's 18 on the dot, they just turned 18, that's creepy. Low key, that's creepy. But 22, nigga, they ain't been out of high school for what? 19, 20, 21. They've been out of high school for 4 years. You good. Like, that's not creepy. I don't know how people think that's creepy. Like, what the fuck? How is that predatory? But anyway, I saw that post on TikTok, and it like annoyed me, because I was just like, that's a grown ass adult. Like, now people are predators for dating grown ass adults. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, I'm done with that little rant. That just annoyed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But what was I talking about, bro? I always be talking about random anime shit. Okay, so I had this little homie, and basically, I keep calling him little homie, but I think we were the same age. But I had this homie, and me and him used to hang out all the time. This is gonna be my last little bit of this video, because I'm getting up to 20 minutes, and I don't want this to get to 26 minutes, because then my phone is full, and it's just a bunch of nonsense. So I have to keep it under like 20 minutes. But I do want to talk about him a little bit. So me and him were so cool. That was my homie. There was this thing. It was weird, but I loved going to this nigga's house. It was like the funnest thing as a kid. I don't know why I was so obsessed with that. And I don't know if anybody else had that feeling when they were a kid, where it was just like you were so excited to go to your homeboy's house when you were like 5 years old. It was like the best feeling ever. You were like so excited. And then when you knew you could have a sleepover, it made it even better. And bro, you swore that 12 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the morning was super late. Like, that's how it was when you were a little kid. And then you're like 15, you stay up to like 3 o'clock in the morning. But me and him used to vibe. He used to have he used to have Beyblades, and he used to have like the big fake Beyblades. You gotta realize, I used to live in the hood when I was a little kid, so we would have fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards off of the damn ice cream truck, fake Beyblades, and you could tell the Beyblade was fake because it was like 4 times bigger than a normal Beyblade, so you knew that shit was fake, because nigga, they do not make Beyblades the size of Pokeballs. Like, what the hell? And they would be more shiny. It was like the fake stuff would look cooler than the real shit. Like, the real shit would look kind of basic, but the fake shit looked really cool. But I remember I had like a little what the fuck am I talking about? What the fuck am I talking about? A blue Beyblade, and he had like this giant shiny fake orange one, but he also had like the Beyblade Battlefield thing, and bro, that shit was so fun. We used to play Beyblades together and shit. It was a fun as shit. And then I remember he had a PlayStation 1. I had a PlayStation 2000, which is basically like the second version of a PlayStation 1, and he had the square PlayStation 1. For the longest time, I thought my PlayStation was fake, because I was like, why is mine all smooth and pretty looking, and everybody else's look like a damn SpongeBob square? But we used to play fucking Crash. He had Crash. I think, what else did he have? Did he have Spiral? I don't think he had Spiral, but he had Crash though. And that game was hella fun. Like, I used to have so much fun. Like, Crash is one of those games where it's cheap, but it's like one of the funnest games. It's like weird. Just like Spiral. Like Spiral and Crash, you could buy both of those games for probably like $20 at the store. But they're like so fucking fun when you're a kid. And they're still fun now, bro. Like, I still would play that game if I had some money to buy stuff. But I'm a broke ass nigga. That's why I'm making videos. Hey, y'all, shout out to me. Y'all start following me, bro. Send money to my Cash App. It's Soule0. SOULEE 0 with a $sign. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with that name, so you should be able to find me easy as hell. Send your boy $10 if you want to. I'm not telling you to send me $10, but if you want to, I'm gonna take it, goddammit. Shit, because it's gonna end up turning into $9.70, because, you know, freaking Cash App be taking some of your little monies or whatever. But anyway, I'm at 21 minutes. Hold on. Okay, just a little bit more. But let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you this last part and I'm gonna be done. He had, I don't know what it was, but his room seemed so big as a kid. It was like, his room seemed like the hugest room, because we like little kids or whatever. We're so small, so it's like the room just seems big. And it was like his room was just chill, and bro had so many things in common with me. He was one of the first people to ever watch Naruto Shippuden. My nigga, this nigga was 8 years old, and he was watching Naruto Shippuden subbed, and when it first came out subbed. It wasn't even dubbed, it wasn't even in America yet. This nigga was watching it. I promise y'all he was. I wonder if he would have liked Boruto, bro, if he would have lived long enough to see it. Because I think he died in like, I think he died when he was like 19 or something, or like 20 or something. So like, probably like 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. So I don't know if he got to see the first episode of Boruto. I'm not sure. Maybe he did. Maybe he did get to see the first couple of episodes. I'm not sure. Yeah, man. I'm gonna give y'all more stories about him, because we got like some really good stories that I can tell about him, you know. Because he was just like one of the first friends I ever had. And then I could tell y'all some stories about my crazy little white friend I had. This nigga was like evil. This nigga would freaking be like ripping the floor with knives and like cutting up the floor and doing weird shit. But I'm already at 23 minutes, so this is just a little vlog of me working out. Hope y'all enjoy it. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a good one.